Do you judge yourself, or do you hold yourself accountable for your actions? There's like certain type of sports out there. There's like team sports and single sports. Golf being like maybe somewhere right in the middle. But in golf, on the bottom of a scorecard, there's a signature required at the bottom of the scorecard. Not the each hole, but at the bottom, there's a signature that says, I verify that these are the numbers that I got on each one of the holes. You have to hold yourself accountable and then sign your name to it. Do you hold yourself accountable for your actions in life? Or do you just go around wondering what everybody else does, and then you just follow along with that kind of a moral or beacon or measuring stick on how you should act? Right? That's all I'm saying. Do you? This is a lamp that almost finished making. Painted it up with this color. Y'all recognize these type of lamps. Oh, did I forget to plug it in? I just moved it. So do you follow others, or do you follow yourself? I'm getting somewhere with this, believe it or not. If you hold yourself accountable for your own actions, no, we don't. If you hold yourself accountable for your own actions, then you blindly don't follow others. Correct? I put battery box in the back here, AA batteries. Those batteries. Oh, they're kind of a little bright in the camera, yeah. Do you follow others' moral compasses and then act accordingly? Do you? Just trying to figure out the right covering to cover up the top. I don't know if I just want to cover this part or even actually the top of the wood too. I got some grass I think I might put up there, but I haven't figured it out yet. Just naturally like that. That was cool. There's the battery box and then the cords right there. There was a political thing in America called government, Republican, Democrat, us against you, our side, your side, the division, the Republican, Democrat. For 3 or 4 years in a certain movement, there was a group going, vote Republican, vote Republican. I never said once to vote. I never told anybody not to. I'm not going to rain on people's parades. But I never once told you to vote, because I kept telling you what I did tell you. It was false and fake and a fraud. Voting never mattered. Prove me wrong. Right? Now in this movement, it was all about trust the plan, trust the plan, trust the plan, vote Republican. Let's get rid of those other guys, the Democrats. And for the past 3 years, 4 years, you watched, whoever's watching this, watched the left, the Democrats, destroy America under the guise of politics, fairness, what's right, us against them. And the news watched and showed you how they burnt down the cities, beat people up on the streets, throw soda cans or soda pops in children's faces, steal cats, baseball caps off of children's, adults taking kids' hats off their heads, beating up old people, burning up police cars, burning down buildings, shooting people on the street with no repercussions. Let's call them the right, the conservatives, the Republicans. They watched all this happen. Now that the left is in charge and the Democrats are going to be put in charge of everything, the Republicans are going to do monkey see, monkey do. Monkey see, monkey do, just like they wanted you to do. They trained you and showed you how to act, how to go out and kill people, how to burn down buildings, how to destroy your police force with no repercussions. It's a setup. They're going to arrest every single person that even thinks about doing violence, let alone promote it. Heaven forbid you be the type that gets caught doing it. This is not a game. Never once has it been a good idea to go out and kill somebody. Ever. Ever. We've been talking about how in that movement you can't just go out and just hold everybody responsible for crimes when the whole world is full of deception and evil. Do you blindly just follow along? Why would a man like me be screaming at the top of his lungs on Twitter saying, "Stop looking for dead people"? Because it's a scam and a setup. You watched and got yourself riled up watching people do violence for years. And I'm talking all the way into Obama's administration. We can go back. St. Louis was on fire. Remember those days? Plus many other cities. So now what are you going to do with what? Your Republican rights? Your governmental rights? You demanding your rights? You're going to act just like the left did the past 3 years with violence? I highly, I don't recommend it. Your dollar is far more powerful than any bullet could be. Your non-vote, your non-participation is far more powerful than the participation of voting. I wish you well on this journey of learning how to see how they mind control us. They let us show violence and violence and violence and violence and violence. And now when it's your turn, will you do what you said? And can not participate in the violence when it's now your turn to do it? I pray you have nothing to do with the violent days ahead. God bless a safe America.